What's up, guys? Welcome back to Pack Rations. I'm your host, Chef Bojangle. Today we got chicken thighs and some schmaltz roasted potatoes. What that means is that refers to the fat that we're going to render out of the chicken thighs. I don't know if you can see them, but they're already hanging out close by. Our sous chefs, Mr. Ajax and Miss Celine over here. I think they're already. It's been a week. This is our second video now, and they're already expecting their rations. So this will be fun though. All right, so we got our chicken thighs here. I've been letting these sit out for about 15 minutes now. You kind of want to let them get to room temperature and let them dry out a little bit. So what we are going to do is we're going to take just some basic paper towels and we're going to pat these dry a little bit. We want to remove as much of that extra moisture as we possibly can. That way we get that nice, crisp sear with that nice crispy skin here. That's what we're going for. Go ahead and glove up real quick. You usually get these at Menards, Lowe's. Most of the grocery stores carry them. I like to keep some on hand at home because it just makes life so much easier. It really does. So we'll give these a nice good pat, both sides. We want to remove as much of that moisture as we possibly can. Okay, so if you notice, I'm going in with I've got a dirty hand and a clean hand. That way I don't cross-contaminate anything. We'll start with some salt here. Just get a nice covering of salt everywhere. You guys can go lay down. I don't need your help right now. You'll get yours soon enough. Don't worry, dogs. Okay, so we got some salt, and I'm going to go in with some pepper. And optional, I mean, you guys can add whatever seasonings you want. If you wanted to get some nice color, go with some paprika. If you like that spice, you can hit it with some Cajun or some cayenne. Onion and garlic, salt, and powders go a long way. If you're using the garlic or onion salt, just keep that in mind because you don't want to double up on your salt. So you got basic salt and then garlic or onion salt. So just keep that in mind. I just go with the regular garlic and onion powder myself. That way I can physically control that level of salt. So we got one side seasoned. I'm going to flip these over. Give these another pat here. Okay, going with our seasonings again. Season both sides of your protein. Always season both sides of your protein. One side does not cut it. Okay, and follow up with our pepper. You know, I am feeling a little extra today, so I'm going to grab some paprika. I'm going to hit these with a little bit of paprika just to get that nice red color in there. There's our pepper, and so my oven is ready. So we are going to finish these in the oven. So when you start, get your oven preheating. I got mine going at 400 here. So we're going with a little bit of paprika just to get that nice red color, just to give it that depth. Doesn't have to be crazy. Just to get that little pop. There we go. All right, so with the chicken thighs, we want to start at a low temperature and cook them slow to start. We want that temperature to then get hot and start rendering out the fat and then get the skin crispy without burning it. So that's why you don't want to necessarily start with a hot pan this time. I'm going to get my fire going here. I'm going to keep it on medium low, and we're going to let that warm up just a little bit because I don't want it cold. But I don't want it hot either. So like I said, we just want this to warm up just a bit, not too much. I can still put my hand in here, so it's not quite ready yet. All right, I am going to go ahead and switch over to I got a new setup here, so I hope it works out. You guys let me know what you think. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my next. There we go. So now you guys can see me in the bottom right, and I got my camera above here. I'm going to move this back over. Yeah, hopefully this works out a little bit better for you guys this time. That way you can kind of actually see what's going on over here, and I can still keep talking to you. All right, so our pan's getting there. I feel pretty good about that. It's not like scorching hot, but it's hot to the touch, and that's what I want. I'm going with a little bit of oil here. Looks like I got to get some more oil. That little dispenser is very nice. This is not for dogs. Get back. Go. 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 You will get yours. Go lay down, dogs. They're used to it now, so last time I had peace because they didn't realize what was happening. This time they know what's going on, so now they're all in the business. Go lay down, guys. Go lay down. You'll get yours. Go. Go on. Shoot. Be gone. Go, go. So I'm just going to take that oil and kind of spread it around here. Doesn't have to be perfect necessarily, but... And again, just wait for it to get not super hot. Like I can still... I guess not like I'm burning myself. Okay? Get out of here. All right, so now I'm going with the chicken. Because again, we want to start at a lower temp. That way it doesn't burn, but we get a nice crispy sear. Okay, so I'm going to go in. You don't want to overcrowd our pan either. I think I got just enough room with these 4 thighs here. I'm going to eat 2 tonight. That's my dinner. The other 2 are actually going to be probably cooked down, and I'll use that for tacos tomorrow, actually. So again, we're going to go in skin side down. I don't like that. So this to me is overcrowded. I'm going to take one out, and I'll just have to cook it separate. That's fine. That to me is overcrowded. I don't like that. So we're going to back it down, okay? I feel better about that. And again, we're just going to leave them alone, let them do their thing. I'll move this out of our way. I'll cover that and get it in the fridge here in just a moment. All right, so I need to hit this backside with a little bit of that paprika, since I decided to add it in there. Looks like Celine took off downstairs. She realized what was happening. That smoke alarm is just... I'm going to go and turn my fan on too, actually. My smoke detector it's just very, very sensitive. It's too sensitive. All right. Now I am going to get a backup pair of tongs out, because once I get about halfway through cooking this chicken, I'm going to switch out tongs so that I'm not cross-contaminating anything. Got my backup board here. All right. So this is what's going to be going in to make our sauce. And since all of this is going in the same pot, that does help eliminate some of that cross-contamination worry, because it's all going with chicken. It's going to be cooked with chicken. We're good. So I've already got a half lemon, and this is what we're going to use to deglaze our pan. You guys can see that. Oh, see it over here. All right, we got some fresh rosemary. Drop a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to actually leave this whole, and we're just going to throw it right in the pan right before the potatoes go in, because then it's going to release that flavor. I am going to leave just a little bit to the side. Find something that I like to use for our garnish. I like that. That'll work. Okay, and the rest of this is just going to get thrown right in the pan. I got 1 tablespoon of butter, which we'll use to finish the sauce, and I got some fresh garlic and shallots. So shallots are really cool if you've never used a shallot. It's like a hybrid cross between an onion and garlic. So we're going to really get that nice garlicky flavor, and we'll get a little bit of that onion flavor. I'll move this back over out of the way here. All right, and since this is going to go in the oven and finish cooking, it's probably going to take 15-20 minutes in the oven or so. So I want to leave this stuff larger because I don't want it to burn. So since this is going to be a slower, longer cooking process, I want to leave it larger. That way it doesn't burn. So I'm basically just going to take my knife. Try to do it in the corner here so you guys can see it actually. Just going to take my knife here, and I'm just going to take and just first make sure I don't break nothing. And just smash that garlic down a little bit. Just kind of break it open. See that? That way it releases all that flavor in our sauce. Okay. Do it again. Again, just going to break this open. Because we want to leave these large, again, that way it does not burn in the pan. Okay, and for our shallot, I'm just going to do basically rings, okay? If you're not comfortable with something that's round, trying to, again, do it where you guys can see. Cut a flat surface. That way it's not rolling around on you, okay? Nothing wrong with that. I'm just going to slice these into little rings, like so. And this is what's going to go in our sauce to help flavor our sauce, okay? All right, so we've got our rosemary ready, our butter, which again, this is basically the finish. This is what will go in before the oven. So I'm going to throw our garlic and shallot right on there, and all that will go in the pan. I should have started with this part. If you guys have not cooked your potatoes, always blanch your potatoes first. So you don't want them to be completely cooked. I cooked these for about 5, started them in cold water. Once they got hot, started boiling. I'll bring it up here a little bit more. Boiled them for about 5 or 10 minutes. So they're soft, but they're not like mashed potato soft, okay? Because we want to start to remove that starch. That way, once we go in the pan and pop this in the oven, and these start to absorb that rendered chicken fat, they're going to get nice and crispy, okay? So I did these quartered because I want to try to pick up as much flavor as possible, and having as many exposed sides as possible maximizes the amount of flavor that we can get in there. So that's my reason anyway. Okay, so see how the chicken's still kind of not sticking, but it tells you when it's done. Like I shouldn't have to force it. It'll come off on its own when it's ready. So it's getting close. Not quite though. Not quite. Okay. I'm gonna look at my fire here and take it back up just a little bit more. I feel good about where we're at right now. So I'm gonna take it up just a bit. So I'm just under medium right now. Get that out of there before it catches on fire. We don't need that. Excuse me while I play obstacle course over the dogs here. You got 5 beds, dude. You can pick any one that you want. If only it was that easy. All right, so not quite there yet. You don't want to rush it. I'm just testing the waters here. Sorry. Pop this guy in the fridge real quick. What I'll do actually is I'll put that one off for the dogs separately, because this will have garlic in it. Dogs cannot have garlic, so that's just got salt, pepper, and a little bit of paprika. I'm okay with that. I'll cook that off for them, and that'll be their portion. Potatoes are looking good though. Those are ready. We've got our items for our sauce ready. I also have 1 cup of chicken stock here, so this is what we'll use to build our sauce. And again, we've got that half a lemon to deglaze our pan with. You want that acid. I happened to get lucky, and I believe I actually got a seedless lemon this time, so don't worry about seeds. If you guys do not have an instant read thermometer, I highly suggest you get one. Again, you can get them at Walmart, Kroger. Most places carry them. I've got the old school, but the instant read is just so much nicer. It is. All right, so let's see how our chicken's looking here. Not quite. Not quite. Make sure my pan's not getting too hot. Look at all this fat that we burned it out already. Look at that. We did not put that much oil in there. This is all beautiful chicken fat, liquid gold as they call it. This is liquid gold, okay? That's what we want. I'm going to turn this fire back down just a little bit. You see how it's starting to pop? And I don't want to get too hot. So I'm going to turn that back down just a bit. You got to monitor your fires. You got to keep an eye on that heat. We do not want this to burn. We want it to get nice and brown, okay? I still got a little bit. I also had a request about covering a cast iron seasoning, like actually getting your pan seasoned and ready to use. I'll try to do that this weekend. Actually, I'll put something together. It's not super difficult, honestly. The key difference between seasoning a cast iron versus a typical like saute pan, this you want to heat up slowly in the oven. Hit it with your oil. and then wipe it out and repeat process as needed. Whereas with a saute pan, you put it on the stove, get it ripping hot, and then you hit it with the oil, wipe it out. Cast iron is a little bit different. So you heat it up slow, go in the oven. Yeah, I'll do a full video to actually cover that. So these are looking like, look at how that just released. That's beautiful. I didn't have to do anything. No forcing it whatsoever. You give it a turn because I want to make sure I get all sides of this nice and crispy. But these guys aren't quite ready yet. Yeah, these guys aren't quite ready yet. So that's all right. We'll let them go. Look at all that beautiful schmaltz. Again, this is the rendered fat from the chicken thighs and under the skin. So this is why, again, we started it at that lower temp versus that higher temp. That way we can start rendering out all that fat. I do a very nice chicken confit with this. Same thing, you just render out all that chicken fat. Well, we're going to use this for a sauce actually, but if I wasn't, I would save this fat over time, and then I have enough to do the chicken confit, which all that is it's completely submerged in the fat and then slow cooked in the oven. So it's a little bit different than a fry. Fry, you start at high oil, high temperature, and you submerge it in oil. The confit is in cold oil and of that animal. So like duck confit, stuff that. I'm getting impatient. I gotta leave it alone. That's the number one thing that happens in kitchens, though, is people try to rush the dish, rush the food. You can't rush it. You just gotta let it do its thing. And that's exactly what we're gonna do here. You pick this fan up a little bit. Not that it's smoking here or anything, but again, I've got a very, very sensitive smoke alarm, and I don't want the dog to freak out. Crack this window open a little bit here as well. Get some airflow. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of ventilation here, but that's all right. That's all right. It'll be good. I'm excited. So excited. Open to suggestions if you guys want to see something specific. Like I've got a couple requests about like ribs and a couple other things. Always happy to do that kind of stuff. Like if there's something specific that you're having trouble with or want some clarification on, I'm happy to do it. Happy to do it. And I'm going to get out the little spoon as well, because when we go to make that sauce, I'm going to want something nice and stiff that I can break up all that fond on the bottom. I feel like we're pretty close, so I'm going to go ahead and help this guy out here just a little bit. Just a little bit. Almost there. Almost there. So this guy's not burning back here. Oh yeah. He's looking really good actually. Render out as much of that as you possibly can. Look at all that. And we've rendered out so much. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm not going too crazy on the seasonings. So again, we just got the salt, pepper, and that paprika for the color. We're going to let our fresh stuff do all the talking for us. So we've got, again, rosemary, garlic, and shallot. We're going to let that be the star of the show with that lemon to kind of help make it pop. A nice golden color, skin folded under. That's what happened. That's all right. My lightness died. I got more. It's all right. We'll let these go for just a couple more minutes. And then we'll pull these out, let them rest while we get our potatoes going. Put this guy out in the back here. He's having a little bit of trouble there. I should have pulled my fish spatula out. That honestly works the best. Yeah, skin got folded over. That's alright. You got a couple of good serving portions. I'll show you the kitchen hack that we fix that when something like that happens. Get my other light out here. Gotta see what we're doing. There we go. Looks pretty good though. I'm happy with it. This one specifically and this one. That little piece there got folded over. That's okay. That's alright. Oh, that's so crispy. Oh my god. Lovely. You get that little center back on the heat. I had it slightly offset because this guy was ready and you can see it's much smaller. So this one's going to cook faster. So I had it offset where it was just cooking off the residual heat. And these two more on directly on the heat. Now that I flipped them, I've got it back kind of centered on the heat. Trying to get my laptop back up. Hope the sound still works. How we doing? Checking out the feed here just to make sure everything's still good. Yeah, okay. You guys can see me. That's what matters. So make sure you can see me in the bottom screen there because it cut out on us. So, all right, we're good. We're good. Okay. Try to keep my laptop from going to sleep again. Looking good. Looking good. Maybe another little quarter turn here. Not quite. Not quite. Move this out of our way. So I have a spare plate to the side. So when I take these out, I'm going to put them on here and let them rest. And we'll get our potatoes in. So what we'll do is we will fry the potatoes up, get them a nice crispy base. Then we'll throw in our fresh rosemary, garlic, and shallots. Hit it with that lemon juice chicken stock. Get everything in here and get it in the oven to finish. It's going to be great. So I'm looking forward to this one. That's looking pretty good. Just want to get an idea of where we're at so I know. Right on track, good. Yeah. We're not done yet. We're only about 120. So like I said, we're going to finish these in the oven. So we're looking good though. This one's pushing 140 already because it's smaller. I need to get out of the pan now. Right now. Leave these two for just a little bit longer. I out of habit, I keep wanting to do this. Do not do that on your cast iron. That cast iron is hot. Hot to top. Okay? Look at that beautiful color though. I want you guys like, that's beautiful. Come on. Nice, crispy. And when we put this back in the oven, we're going to leave that crispy side out. That way it continues to dry up and get a little bit more crispy. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I think we're about ready to get these guys out here. Set these off to the side. Let those rest for a minute. Try to put them in front of you guys to show off a little bit if you can see that. All right, so again, you've got this nice, beautiful schmaltz in here now. Look at that, it's liquid gold. You see how everything's nice and brown, not black burn? That's what you want. Okay. So now we're going with our potatoes. Try to get nice coverage everywhere here. Get these fried up a little bit. Like I said, get a nice color base built. You want the cut side to be down. That's where you're going to pick up the most flavor. If you're going in like I am, be very careful. This is very hot. Us chefs have numb fingertips at this point in our lives. Let that go for a bit. We'll get these nice and crispy. Then, like I said, we'll hit it with that lemon juice to release all of that beautiful fond on the bottom. Get it broke down. Get our chicken stock, our fresh ingredients in. And we'll be looking good. While we're waiting on these, Mr. Ajax was making funny faces at me last week when we were cooking. And he's talking about, cleaning as you go, and he didn't agree, apparently. What do you want to do? There's nothing over here for you. You heard me calling his name, so he came over to inspect our progress. You the boy, dude. You the boy. They're spoiled. They're spoiled rotten if you guys haven't figured it out already. Let's get nice and crispy, good. I'm going to let those go. Get a drink. You can go lay down, buddy. There's nothing for you right now. Still got my heat, that medium low right now. And as you can see, it's doing what we need it to. Not that. That wasn't a good example, but we're starting to get some nice color on them. It's exactly what we want. Oh, I just messed that one up. If it's fighting you, don't fight it. I mean, just let it. I rushed that one chicken. I did, but it'll tell you when it's ready. Because most of these are just kind of lifting right up. That's what you want. I shouldn't have to fight them. See how that one just pulled right up? That's got beautiful color on it too. Look at that. There we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. The reason why I don't want to, when we go to start scraping the stuff off the bottom, I don't want to use the metal because I don't want to scratch into the iron. Because that's when you're going to damage the pan. So, I'm just using this to gently release some of this stuff. But I'm going to use that wooden spatula to actually build up sauce and be different. Turning these. Oh, this one's beautiful. Wait till you guys see that one. Oh, look at that. Get to sit right. Look at that. Beautiful. Some nice color on these guys. being difficult. Again, just kind of using my tongs to loosen this up. I'm not like digging down into the pan. I'm just lifting up what'll easily come off. Once we get a nice crisp outside start on these, I can go in with the spoon and be a little more aggressive. I'm trying to be a little gentle right now because I don't want to break them apart. Just about ready. I want to go with the wooden spoon here. Start trying to break some of that up. Now that I've got a pretty good crust started on most of these, and start breaking up the stuff on the bottom here so we can get our sauce going in a moment. Looking pretty good to me. I like mine crispy. Oh, look at that. It looks amazing. I don't know if you guys can see that one right there. That one looks awesome. That's what we're going for. So what I'm doing is I'm getting everything kind of to one side of the pan here. That way I can keep breaking this stuff up on the bottom. We're going to want that to build an awesome freaking sauce. You guys be nice in there. They're starting to roughhouse. They're getting impatient in there. Hey, be nice. We'll check on the children real quick. Don't let it burn. What are you guys doing? What? Mr. Ajax likes to talk back. I'm surprised he didn't. This is hot, dude. Get back. These are looking really good. I'm getting hungry now. Now I'm getting hungry. I need to have some music going. I might have to put my earbud in next time. I need some music. Or you stand up. There we go. There we go. Uh-oh. Why is it lagging? Why is my phone lagging? I'll have to check that out and see why I'm getting some lag on your sniper feed here, guys. Looks better now. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Sorry about that. These are looking pretty good, so if I go too much farther, I am going to start actually burning this stuff on the bottom. It's a piece of the potato. We're going to take that out. That's pretty good to me, though. So I'm going to move these to the side. I'm going to go in with my linen first. So I'm going to go into my fingers here. That way, if there are any seeds, I catch them before it hits. Okay? Be careful of that steam. That steam is hot. Yep. I felt them. Felt a couple seeds. Yep. least my hands are lemony fresh now. So we want that acid to break up. Let's just see how easy that stuff just came off the bottom there. So we want that acid to deglaze our pan. Okay, we're going with our chicken stock. And that's why I pulled this whisk out. We're going with our whisk just to incorporate as much of that as we can. And if you guys want, you're more than welcome to pull the potatoes out of the pan completely. It might be easier for you to work with. Totally your call. I know I had most of my fun built up on this side over here, so that's why I did it the way that I did it. And it's less work. So now we got our potatoes in, chicken stock. We're going to go in with those garlic, shallots, and rosemary. And scatter our potatoes out a little bit. Okay. Pro move, keep the larger ones to the outside. Make sure everything's cooked evenly and thoroughly. Okay, feel good about that. All right, so now we're going with our garlic. A little here, a little there. Same with the shallots. We are going to let this simmer for just a moment, and we're going to pop this in the oven. Again, I got mine at 400. I have a convection oven. If you guys are using a standard convention oven, so it does not have a fan to circulate air. That's the difference between convention and convection. So if you have a convention oven, it does not have a fan that circulates air. You want to go 25 degrees higher, so about 425. So I have a convection, I'm at 400, okay? Drop my rosemary in here. Well, again, let this simmer for just a moment, and then we're going to top it with our chicken. Any of that extra drippings that came out of our chicken there. Get this out of the way. Oh, this smells so good. I wish you guys had smell-o-vision. It smells so good. That fresh rosemary, the garlic. Oh, I not that I would actually wear this as a cologne or anything like that, but you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Oh, it smells so good. That's what you want. So now that we can start to smell those aromatics, we're starting to get all that extra flavor to release. It's exactly what you want. Start to smell everything. That's when you want to go in with your chicken. Release those aromatics. Go in with your chicken. Leave the skin side up. And we're going to return all that beautiful drippings that came off. It's all flavor. It's all flavor. This guy got a little crumpled there. So if you guys are doing yours, make sure your skin's nice and flat. That was my error. I patted it dry, but I didn't reform the skin around the protein before I put it in the pan. So it folded under, and this didn't get crispy. It's all right, though. It's all right. It's all right. Sauce is getting some nice body. Our shallots are getting there. We're ready to go in the oven. So I'm going to kill my stovetop fire. Again, cast iron is very hot. We're going to go right in. And I'm going to set a timer here we're going to start at 12 minutes. Okay, and then I'll take it out, we'll check it, and we'll go from there. All right, so what we're going to do is get rid of our dirty stuff. Again, clean as you go. cord ready here. Hi, buddy. You here to help? You gonna do the dishes for me? You're so awesome, dude. Thanks, bud. Oh, no? Okay. All right. Well, it was worth a try. Like I said, we'll use this to finish our sauce and garnish our plate to make it look nice and fancy. So you guys can see better here. All I did was just save one of those sprigs of rosemary. That's it. And we'll probably put it just right on top somewhere. It's not for dog, no. It's not for dog. Go on. Go down, dude. Still got a little piece of paper on my butter. Celine, where you at? Celine, come here. Trying to get the princess to come back up, but yeah, once she hears this stove turn on and the fan on the microwave turn on, she's downstairs. She wants nothing to do with it. You guys have a iron range like I do, again, be very careful. I'm trying to wipe it a little bit before that grease has a chance to set, because that's when it'll just be harder to clean out. So just giving it like a pre-wipe down here. Just kind of clean up a little bit. So again, this weekend I'll try to do cast iron care. That's what we'll call it, cast iron care. I guess I can switch over to my other camera for the time being. 1 second. There we go. So yeah, we'll call it cast iron cooking though, or cast iron care. I'll cover how to properly season it, treat it, wash it. There is never use soap on your cast iron. You can use soap, but in very, very small increments, I guess. Like not every wash you want to use soap, but there are going to be times where you need to clean it. I mean, it is what it is. But there is truth that yes, you don't want to scrub off all that flavor every time, because that's what we're doing. Is every time we're using this cast iron pan, we're developing more flavor. So every time it's just going to be even more delicious. The iron retains. Hey, Jax, what do you got? Sorry, get back, dude. Go. Sorry, dogs. Cast iron is its whole other beast, though. Sorry, I lost my whole train of thought. He's trying to take my hot pads now. Go lay down, buddy. Here. How about this? Well, let's get you off my back for a minute. Here. Sit. Speak. I said speak, mister. Now. Easy. Good boy. Celine, you're missing out. All right. Try. You missed it. There you go. He took yours, so you get that one. Yeah, what was I saying? Cast iron. So yeah, we'll cover some cast iron stuff this weekend. I've got a couple other requests right now for different dishes and things that people want to see. If you guys again have things that you're stuck on or unsure about, drop me a message, comment in the chat, whatever. I'm happy to cover any of that. Even doing like a basics knife safety, whatever it is. Yeah. I haven't used my Batman knife again yet. I don't regret using it. I don't know. I like being able to look at it on display. So see how this is looking. I'm just ready to eat. I'm ready to eat. We got 6 minutes left on our timer, so we're about halfway through. What else can I talk about? I think next week. I think next week we might do something out of the cast iron skillet. Do something a little bit different. Again, if there's quick treats that you guys are curious about, I say treats, but it could be that even for the gamer side, where we're have a hardcore gaming night and we need a 5 minute, pop in the microwave and it's done. Something that you can prep out, over the weekend and then you have it ready. Again, you take it to work, pop in the microwave, whatever. If you have a little toaster oven at work, something like that. I got some really, really cool stuff coming. Yeah, I'm going to get to doing desserts at some point as well. Right now, we're just trying to get a good flow of everything. I started doing these streams and stuff. This is my second with the cooking. It's fine. It's just I want to make sure I have a good flow, good rhythm, good process in place, and then we'll start doing some other stuff. So me starting out here, I'm keeping it simple with the one pan dishes. The sirloin and potatoes, the chicken and potatoes. Again, being in Midwest, we like our meat and potatoes, but we'll start doing some other stuff too. We got some other veggies, some other starches and things. Um, yeah, it'll be good. Eleanor, what are you doing? You guys will get yours. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm gonna fill this up before I forget. So when we're looking at our chicken, I'm going to check it real quick just to get an idea of where we're at. We're looking for that internal temperature of a minimum of 165. That's what we're looking for. Get back to the top. Don't even come over here. This is that smallest piece, so I know it's going to cook faster. Not quite there. We're getting close, but you always want to go on the biggest part of the protein as well. Yeah, we're close, but not quite. That's okay. He's the best kitchen helper ever. Aren't you, buddy? I don't have any food. I don't have any food. Not for you, anyway. So, why do we pick chicken thighs for this? Chicken thighs have a lot more connective tissue and a lot higher fat content. So it works well with this type of slow cook where you use that high temp to get that nice crispy outside, then pop it in the oven and 12 to 15 minutes, Um, that ensures that the meat, for one, cooks all the way through, but the chicken thigh having all that extra connective tissue and fat, it doesn't dry out. So it responds well to those type of cooks. Um, Essentially what we're doing is a braise. So we're starting it on the oven, getting that nice, developing the color on the outside. Then halfway, like the pan is essentially halfway full with liquid. Our protein and potatoes are in there. Um, a full braise is, or a legitimate braise is when the protein is halfway covered with liquid. Uh, we're not quite halfway up on the chicken with the liquid, but it's essentially what this is because you're getting all that steam and all that moisture is being retained within the meat itself. So this will be good though. This will be good. Just a couple minutes left on our timer. Maybe one of these weeks I'll do a themed episode too. We've got a couple different. I found a Deadpool cooking book, which I think is freaking awesome. I've got some Harry Potter cooking books. It's like legit, like themed recipes, and you actually make like the one of the drinks that's got like the slugworm things in it. It's not really slugs or worms, obviously, but it's some really cool stuff. And like, there's like a golden snitch chocolate cookie bite cake thing. There's some really neat stuff. So maybe we'll do a themed one of these like once a month or so. I think that'd be neat. Timer's about to go off here. See how we're doing. So we were about 150 when I checked it a couple minutes ago. That got wet. I felt that one. But you won't get me again. Okay. So again, we're going to check our biggest one. It's this big boy over here. And I'm going to drop these down a little bit, get them down in that liquid. So I do want them to make sure they stay nice and moist. So we're looking for 165. We're going to 167. So this is where people freak out about their chicken. Like, you want 165. That's what you want. You don't need to go to 180, 190, 200. You're overcooking your chicken at that point. If it's not done, it's not done. So these other two were good. This one's only at 160. So we're not quite there yet, actually. A couple more minutes, and we will be good. It's always good to check multiple spots, too. So like that first spot is only 160. This spot on this piece is hitting 166. It's still, I'm still going to go like 2 more minutes here. Yeah. Like I said, we don't need to go to 200, but we need to maintain that 165. And it's just barely doing it on that guy. So we're going to go back in here. A couple more minutes and we'll be good to go. Excuse me, guys, if I block the camera. I want to get this other serving dish out here. It just looks nicer. Might be a little too big for what we're doing, but that's okay. It's just too much to put all that on this one plate. It's just too much. So we'll go in the serving dish first, and then I'll plate from the serving dish. We've got our rest of our items ready to finish here. I'm going to get one more whisk out for that sauce. just about there, guys. I'm excited. This is going to be so good. So good. 20 seconds. I'm going to kill the timer. There we go. So, what I'm going to do, like I said, that little, I mentioned a hack to show you how to fix that in the restaurants. It's not even really a fix. We're just going to eliminate it entirely. I don't have a, that's okay. So normally you would take your knife and just trim that little piece that's not as crispy as you want it. Start with one of these in the back here. Well, hi, Celine. I'm so glad you could join us. You must have known that the cooking's over. How'd you know, Dog? All right, so we got our chicken. It's got some nice color on it. Remove our cooked rosemary. The big stems, at least. We can keep those. Take our potatoes. Get those nestled in here. Must have had a wet hand when I grabbed that pot out at some point. It's got one spot that the heat's coming through. I can feel it. And so I shouldn't put all this on that one plate. It was just too much for that one plate. That's all. So we still got some nice, beautiful sauce here. I'm going to move this out of our way, set it to the side for a second. Bring this over. We'll go ahead and kick the fire back on to a medium-high. We'll go medium because this pan's still nice and hot. Go ahead and take these other big pieces of garlic out here. Sorry, guys, my laptop keeps going to sleep, and I'm just not quite used to it yet. This is what I mean by telling you I'm got to get a good rhythm, good system in place. So this is exactly what I mean. I just gotta get a good system down. That's all. I'm not used to managing multiple cameras. It's just odd, and I never switch back either. That's again why I got to get a good rhythm down first. There we go. All right, now we're back on track. Okay, so you guys didn't get to see this part. My apologies. So I just got it layered nice. So I've got the potatoes mounted, chicken in the back here. I'm just going in the serving tray first because it's just too much to pile that on this one plate. That's all. All right, so we got our big pieces of garlic out, our big stems of rosemary. We're going to go in with the butter. I'm going to let this slightly reduce down a little bit. Let that go. Get out of my way. Get back, dude. This is starting to tighten up a little bit. It's exactly what we want. We don't need it to reduce down to nothing, but we want it to tighten up just a little bit. I don't know if you can hear them in there, but they're starting to really get antsy. Now, if you guys want to, you can take this through a chinois or strainer. Exactly what I'm going to do. You could leave it in. I mean, it's optional. If you leave it in, it's going to give you a more bright presence on the plate itself. And you can strain it or you can leave it. I think we'll leave it actually. Yeah, see how it's starting to tighten up, starting to reduce down just a little bit. That's what we want. Try to make sure we don't have any of those bits left stuck on the bottom. Make sure you guys can still. I don't know why my camera keeps freezing up there. Sorry, guys. Got more stuff to work out. All right. We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm gonna call that good on our sauce. Maybe now that I'm not moving so fast, it'll catch back up. So bring our serving dish back over. Stack just a little bit there. Potatoes. Take the pan sauce. We're just going to go right over the chicken. And I'm trying to do. Better off using the spoon actually. Trying to get some of that on the side here. I'm a dunker. What can I say? I'm a dunker. Call that good. So we got our chicken sauce. We got a little side of sauce here. Now for the actual plate, because like I said, I just felt that was just too much to try to put all that on one. So start with some potatoes. Always go right in the middle. Hey, be nice in there, children. Looks good, looks good. You want to have a nice firm base that these are going to sit on, that we don't fall through. Okay, so I'm going to go with the one that's less pretty first. And then I'll go with the one that I deem is more pretty. It's got more good color on it. You can see I'm essentially using that to hide my imperfections. Okay. Move this out of our way. Nice, beautiful. I love these plates. Like they're freaking awesome. Like it's such a deep blue color. It looks really good for this too, actually. Guys, do you mind? Hi, Eleanor. Hi, Ajax. Hi, Celine. Y'all came running right away. This isn't for dogs. I'm sorry, guys. I have stuff for you, but it's not this. Okay. We'll put a fresh rosemary on. Beautiful. Just like that. I am going to try to get you guys a better view here. I don't know why it was running fine earlier. I did a test run a couple days ago. I didn't have all this. It's like choppy and it looks like 8-bit. I don't like that. So I'll be working on that. Hopefully have that resolved by next week. Actually, I will leave that light on. I'm going to bring this down so you guys can hopefully get a better view at it. Here we go. Trying to make sure you guys can get a good look at it. That looks so good. It's beautiful. All right, we'll switch over to the other cam now. I'm sorry. I'm still getting used to all this. There we go. All right, look out, guys. You'll get yours eventually. Don't worry. All right, let's get into this chicken, shall we? Oh, nice crispy skin. Oh, it smells so good. I need a knife. I don't need a knife. I just don't want to be fingering the chicken over here. Doesn't look right. Doesn't look right. You get that fresh rosemary and garlic. So good. Now, I am a potato hoe. I won't even lie to you guys. You get just a hint of that lemon even. Gives it that freshness. That rosemary, that garlic, shallots. Oh, it's so good. This is good. I'm just going to sit here and eat all this on camera in front of you guys, but this is really good. That's why I don't order like skin on stuff out very often because they never render the skin right. Like it should be crispy, it shouldn't be soggy, and this one's good. This one's good. This last one I need to trim that skin off and probably sear it a little bit again to get that nice crispy on that skin on that one. These potatoes are awesome though. All right, I got something for the dogs and then I'll let you guys go. Very good. All right, come here, guys. Get your share. Gotta give the pack their rations. That's why we're here, right? All right, you guys gonna sit? Sit. Speak. Good girl. Good girl. Ajax, speak. Speak. There you go, good boy. Easy. Eleanor, we're still working with Eleanor to get her to speak. She's not there yet. Here, get him, Eleanor. Good girl. All right, that's it, guys. Make this, and then let me know how it turned out. This is delicious. Until next time.